Hey everyone, James Reeves, TFBTV. Welcome to IWA 2026. I'm over here at the KMR booth. Like perhaps many of you out there, as an American, I had not heard of KMR. And then one of my friends here at the show, Thomas, over at Alpha Proj, he said, James, have you checked out the guns of KMR? They have really neat stuff. And we see this beautiful display here. Check some of the guns. I'm like, yeah, these feel like they're okay. They feel like they're okay. So Paul, tell me first of all, about the company, KMR. Who are you?
Well, welcome. My name is Paul, as you've mentioned. The company KMR has been around a long time, manufacturing parts and been in the industry for quite a while. And I think at some point it was recognized that we lacked a firearm in the industry that was built on spec and full quality. So KMR took that one step further and started building their own guns pretty recently. And the models are amazing. It's grown to quite a nice size, covering all the disciplines in the different shooting sports. The guns are all CNC machined. There's no pouring of liquids and machining. They're all CNC machined, which is amazing for the tolerances. Some new developments in the way we stabilize the barrel with bushings, like the BRS system, which is a brass bushing ring that gives you a position between the barrel and slide. And those are easily replaced, so really good quality system there for stabilization and accuracy. And yeah, the shooters that are shooting the guns, I'm one of them, we're enjoying them thoroughly. Great discipline with quality. That's the difference with the company.
Paul, are there any MIM parts in these guns, or is everything like EDM and what? Because I know price-wise it makes a huge difference.
It does make a difference. I can't answer that 100%, but from the parts that I've been using in the guns I shoot with, the Spectras, the 5-inch Spectras, they're all quality parts. There's none of the injection molded stuff.
And one thing that I will say is that I noticed, maybe these gentlemen have it right here. Yeah, of course, the one gun that I want to, it's no problem though. We're at a show. No, it's no problem. We're not, they're guests at the show just like we are, so it's fine. But there is a Club 30 marked gun here. And I'm familiar with Club 30 through my buddy Thomas Sport, like where he's told me about the Club 30 being like the 30, I call them like the Avengers of gunsmiths, where it's like the best gunsmiths in the world. And I know that he uses no MIM parts in his guns. So for there to be a Club 30 badge, that means somebody here is in the club. And it must be really top-end spec. That endorsement goes a long, it's like the Illuminati of the German gun history. So,
one of the issues with the guns that we shoot high volume of rounds through in IPSC or USPSA in America is the slide stops do break. It's a wear and tear part. I haven't broken a slide stop yet, and I've shot 50,000 rounds through one of my Spectras, and that tells me the quality's there, absolutely.
I mean, I can just call a spade and say that these look like CZ75 based firearms. Is that accurate?
You could say that, but if you take the gun apart and look at the fitting and the materials and the quality of the components, it's a completely different species.
Of course, and when I think of CZ, I mean, you do have like the higher end guns, but for the most part, we think of like duty grade firearms. So I don't want you to think that I'm associating quality-wise like this with like an entry level or duty. Not at all. I just mean the overall mechanical design looks to be similar to me.
100%. Yeah. From that perspective, it is absolutely similar. There's no doubt about that.
And what do these look like price-wise, like versus CZ? What are the comparable models?
Okay, so if we look at the Shadow 2 retailing in Europe at around 1650, 1700 euro, and a KMR retailing around 3,000 euro. But you've got to remember what you're getting for that. So with the KMRs, you now have a bull barrel, standard. You have the barrel bushing stabilization system, standard. It's all CNC machined from one piece of metal. So there's no melting metal, pouring, and then CNCing. And the fitting, our gunsmiths, we don't work on volume. We work on quality. And we can push volume, but we don't. We maintain the quality so we can do a small batch of firearms and maintain that quality for our customers. And there's a huge difference in that. And as you said earlier, we could call it a CZ75. The same can be said for Tanfoglio. They all share the same genre.
Yeah,
but it's a hamburger with a completely different sauce.
And look, I see it as, if anything, like a compliment, because it's a great system to base off of. And Massimo Tanfoglio, great guy. I just saw him yesterday, and his guns are some of the best in the competition world. And again, I've gotten to handle these, and they seem to be very high quality to me. Now, Paul, if you would, can you maybe show me some examples? I mean, there are a lot here. We're not going to go over all of them because next thing you know, the sun's going to be going down behind us. Yeah. So what are we looking at? Some of the more popular models, and how are they configured?
Okay. Well, whilst we're here, let's start with the gun the gentleman's holding at the moment. This is a new model. It's designed specifically for the new division in IPSC called Optics. It used to be called Standard Optics, but now it's called Optics. And it's a light and slide, it's a bull barrel, it's got the barrel stabilization system, optics ready, and it's perfect for the division with the magwell because it has to fit in, no, it doesn't have to fit in a box now, but it's got the magwell, it's got the thumb rest, and this gun can also be changed. Single action at the moment. Our open gun, compensated, ready for open division in USPSA and IPSC, and then smaller versions. This can be modified into a standard gun, into an open gun, into a production gun, obviously by changing the trigger as well. We get to the smaller versions. Now we have the Spectras, which there are 3 different varieties at the moment. The Spectra I started with is the standard 5-inch Spectra. There's the Umbra version of that, which is 4.5-inch, not 5-inch. And now we have 3 different frame sizes in the Spectra lineup. We have the standard one. Then we have the S, which has got a slightly smaller grip for people with smaller hands. And then we have the X, which is even slightly smaller. So we can fit the guns to different people's hands and styles of shooting, but you're getting the same gun.
Mama bear, baby bear, papa bear.
Exactly right.
Like, what am I looking at here with the Orca, for example? Oh, this one caught my attention because black and gold, and I'm a massive Saints fan. Yeah, that's right, my team. So, like, what is the Orca?
The Orca is a single action gun designed for standard division. Because it can also be shot in other divisions, you can change things, but in standard division with a single action, it's ready to go. Again, bull barrel, if you have a look inside there, we've got the barrel stabilization ring in there, so all the guns come fitted with that system. There it is in there. So that basically looks like a wedding ring. So as soon as you get somewhere between your barrel and your bushing, you just swap it out and change it. Don't have to change anything else. That maintains the accuracy of the firearm. So as a standard gun, safety, external, thumb rest, magwell, and ready to go.
What's your most popular model?
Oh, I would have to pass you on to David to answer that question.
All right, David, come on. I know you don't want to be on camera, but you don't have a choice now. You've been called out. So what's the most popular model?
Most popular model, I have to say Spectra. And the second bestseller is our SO2 model, which is our pistol in 22 long rifle.
Okay, well, yeah. How much does the regular Spectra cost?
In Europe, around 3,000 euros.
Okay, and this one I see is in 45 ACP. What calibers do you make?
Mainly all of our guns are in 9mm.
Of course.
Of course, Orca is 9mm and in 40 Smith & Wesson. Actually, this one is the gun of our shooter, Brodex from Philippines, and he is a world shoot champion from the last year. So he's like the absolute #1 in IPSC world right now, and this is his actual gun in 40.
So his is the Orca. Yeah. See, I have good taste. That's the one that I thought was the coolest one, and that's the one that he shoots. So 9mm, 40, 45. Yeah. Do you do 10mm? 22.
22.
You mentioned. Yeah,
22.
Any 10 mil?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Because it's not like a standard ammunition in the Europe. So we are thinking about it. Also, this year we are starting to expand in the United States. We had a little bit of the waiting period for our American customers because.
Sorry about that. It's not our fault. It pisses us off too.
I know. But it's also on our side because originally we want to spread everything around Europe and the whole world and make everything right in the United States. So now in the United States we have subsidiary company, US, which is called KMR Trade, LLC, located in Nevada. So slowly we are going to ship the first shipments and hopefully be visible among United States in the competitions.
Last question, magazine compatibility.
Magazine compatibility. It's quite easy. Like all of our 9mm models except Orca uses the same Mec-Gar magazine as Shadow 2. So also there is not a lack of magazines in the market. And for Orca, we choose the magazine from Bull M5.
Okay, well, that makes a whole lot of sense. Look, David, thank you very much for speaking with us. I'd say thank you to Paul. Sorry I didn't mean to interrupt. Guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned. We're bringing you more from IWA 2026. Take care.